Blink-182 is known mostly for the music they released in the 90s and early to mid-2000s, but even in the 2010s, the band released some great songs. One of the most successful tracks from the post-breakup era of Blink is After Midnight. It was released as the second single from the band's comeback record, Neighborhoods, on September 6, 2011. Blink got back together in 2009 after 4 years apart, and although they reunited, things weren't exactly the way they were before. By this point, there were a lot more logistics involved with different managers, personal projects, and family commitments. All of that made the writing and recording process for Neighborhoods much more complicated than the band's previous records. As a matter of fact, the band had to cancel a European tour at one point due to various logistical delays. But if that didn't happen, After Midnight may have never been written. I'll be going over the details of that and more in this video. My name's Daniel. If you're new to my channel and you like rock music, make sure to subscribe. Everything I do here is 100% DIY, and your subscription does go a long way to help support this channel. Blink-182 had a messy breakup, and although the band put aside their differences and reunited, it wasn't easy to rewind the clock and make things the way they used to be. In particular, when it came to their personal lives, between 2002 and 2003, Mark, Tom, and Travis all had children for the first time. By the time the band had officially reunited in 2009, their family lives took up much more of their time than before, understandably so. On top of that, you include the various personal projects and different managers, things with Blink were different now. As life evolved, so did the band. In an interview with Billboard in 2011, Mark Hoppus had the following to say: "As people and performers, we definitely still have some stuff we need to work out, and we need to grow up with this. This album is lyrically pretty heavy in a lot of places. Maybe that's where we are in our heads. We've gone through a lot of stuff over the past few years." Two of the tragic events that happened in the Blink universe around this point in time were Jerry Finn's death and Travis Barker's plane crash. In August 2008, the band's longtime producer and close friend Jerry Finn died following a cerebral hemorrhage and heart attack. The following month, Travis Barker nearly died in a fatal plane crash. When it comes to After Midnight, in Mark Hoppus' words, the song is darker than what you'd expect from the band typically. "We wanted it to be something different than just a bunch of people having fun and having a party. We wanted it to be a little darker, a little more troubled. The song itself is about troubled love. The video takes place in a psychiatric ward. The story arc of the music video deals with two teenagers in a psychiatric ward who escape and have a night of romance together. Shots of the band performing together in a hangar are intercut throughout the music video, which was released on January 6, 2012. Now, how did the song itself actually come together? How was it written? As mentioned, the splintered schedules of the individual band members led to various delays, so much so that a 2011 European tour ended up being cancelled. The cancellation of the European tour, however, did open up some time for the band, and during a recording session around this period, the band came up with 4 new songs, one of them being After Midnight. Travis Barker is the one who came up with the initial idea for the song. One of the distinctive elements of the song being the opening drum beat, which the band referred to as the Travis beat. Mark Hoppus once recalled the following: "We went in, listened to the beat, and it grabbed us immediately. It was one of those moments on the album where everybody just had a bunch of ideas all at once, and it came together pretty quickly. I think like in 2 or 3 hours we had the basics of the song all written out." Both the video and the song were very well received critically, and to this day it remains one of Blink's most popular tracks, which may surprise some people because, again, often when it comes to Blink, they're automatically associated with the 90s and early to mid-2000s. But on YouTube, for instance, After Midnight is one of the band's most popular tracks. Now, of course, YouTube is not the only measurement of the popularity of a song, and the bulk of Blink's music was released before YouTube existed. After Midnight, on the other hand, was one of the first Blink songs to be released directly to YouTube while it was still a new song. So, perhaps statistically on YouTube it's done better than other songs for that reason. In any case, After Midnight is a song that's done well for itself, and is certainly one of the standout tracks from the post-breakup era of the band. Now, as mentioned, one of the tragic events that took place around this time in Blink's history was Travis Barker's plane crash. I made a video about the details of that plane crash. If you want to see that video, it's linked in the description box below.